Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have an all Aldi grocery haul for you. We are a family of 7. I have 5 children, 13 down to 3. We homeschool and homestead, so we eat all of our meals at home, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, except for like once a month we go out for lunch and that's it. My husband is a semi-truck driver, and so he is gone for 4 days at a time and home for 4 days at a time. And he takes 99.9% of the food that he eats in his truck with him so that he doesn't have to go out to eat. My husband and I also eat low carb for health reasons. And as a family, we generally try to eat low carb, but this is not a solely low carb grocery haul, but you'll see a lot that is. My kids do eat carbs, but we just generally try to stick toward the low carb because obviously my husband and I have health issues that are related to over consumption of carbohydrates, and we have family history of that, like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. So we recognize the fact that it's just healthier for our family to eat that way. We are also in a season of needing a little bit of a hand up. So we are visiting food pantries. We visit 2 local ones, and it has been a huge blessing to us, but there is no way for them to supply all of our needs, and we don't expect them to. It is just something that it gives us that little push toward being able to afford all of the things that we need to, including me having some health issues recently that have meant more doctor's visits, and things like trying to put back a little bit to fix a major issue on our house that needs fixed, that has been put back and really shouldn't be put back much longer. So we are doing what we can. As my husband is the sole provider, and my job is to save us money. I'm not going to go into this right now. I have gotten some negative comments here lately about us going to the food pantry and how bad of an example we are to our children, and they weigh on me, and I try not to let them weigh on me, but they do. So yeah, it hurts a little bit, but that's for another day. So this is approximately 3 weeks worth of groceries. So what I do is I generally meal plan for 2 weeks, and then the 3rd week I base the menu off of whatever we have on hand and what we get from the food pantry, and I make it work as we go. So I just kind of rough meal plan, and you'll see that. I'll show you my meal plan here in a second, where I plan like the main dish, and then I just buy enough of fruits and vegetables to last for about a month. Sometimes toward the 2nd week, I will send my husband in for a handful of things like milk, and some fresh fruits and veggies, but it also depends on the month. Last month, we did not do that. So let's dive in and look at meal plan for this month. We have fajitas, and we also will do tacos on a Tuesday as well. Chicken wings, we have a few small packages of chicken wings that I'm going to kind of throw all together and do that one night. We have a chicken zucchini pesto bake, that it's a low carb recipe that we've made a lot in the past, but I kind of burnt my family out on pesto, so I have stepped away from that for a while. We have burgers that I made and froze last month. Hot dogs were a special request from the kids. One night I want to do soups before it gets too warm. We're getting closer and closer towards spring, but it snowed all day yesterday. So yeah, I want to do soups one more time before it gets cold. Cabbage roll in a bowl is a really great low carb option. China food is what we call, it's like chunks of chicken, steamed broccoli over ramen noodles for the kids, or zoodles for me and my husband. I'm wanting to do some kind of shepherd's pie or cottage pie or chicken pot pie or something along those lines. I don't know, just something like that sounds good. Craving that end of the winter comfort foods. Meatballs is also something I made a bunch of last month, so I still have some of those. Lasagna is one thing that is on the menu, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to get it done, but I would like to. And then I still have that beef roast from last month that I did not get used, so I want to get that used. So, and that will be specifically for a Sunday. And then the ones that have stars by them, I always ask my husband which of the meals he wants to be home for. And so I try to plan those meals for days that I know he will be home. So, all right. Oh, there's my crossed off grocery list. I try to be organized when it comes to groceries because it does help. All right, so let's dive into how I'm going to make that happen. Got 3 boxes of the sausage links. I'm trying to get my kids to eat a little bit more protein in the mornings because it kind of sticks with them a little bit longer with the time change. We're trying to get them up a little bit earlier and get a little bit more protein in them. So I thought these would be something that they can make. My oldest 2 can make for themselves, and then I can make them for the youngest 3. There's a thing of hard salami that my husband takes in his truck with him. He does a lot of like snacky foods in his truck. Thing of steamable Brussels sprouts. We've got strawberries and blueberries for smoothies and muffins. Sausage patties for breakfasts again. And sometime in that month we will have breakfast for dinner because it's one of my go-to, oh gosh, it's 6 o'clock and we need dinner and I don't have anything thawed kind of thing. There is a box of the individual packs of pickles that my husband takes, and then 2 bags of the boneless, skinless chicken breasts, which right now the chicken breasts are cheaper per pound than chicken thighs, which I have never seen before, so that kind of surprised me. And real quick, I'm going to pan down here. There's 2 things of sparkling water, which is my soda alternative, and that will last for sure for the whole month. I usually try to limit myself to 1 a day, if that. And then a thing of toilet paper. So back up here without making you dizzy. A thing of pork sausage for the cabbage roll in a bowl. 2 things of the egg white wraps. My husband and I use these as tortilla alternatives. And I've been doing like breakfast wraps on them a lot here lately. There's 3 packages of pepperoni. We do pizza for dinner every Friday night. So that goes for those. And then sometimes we use those to snack on. 3 things of regular lunch meat and a thing of bologna for lunches. 3 things of Greek yogurt for breakfasts. And then that is also usually my dessert option as I do that with some peanut butter and some chocolate chips. A thing of whipped cream for every Saturday morning. I do sourdough pancakes for the kids. So that's for on those. 2 things of hot dogs and then a thing of cheddar brats. This is something that is fully cooked. So my husband takes those in his truck with him. 2 things of butter, because butter. The kids saw me getting a thing of ice cream for me, and this, it says 3 servings. This will actually last me more like 5 or 6 servings because I just do a teeny little bit, like maybe a third of a cup. And so they asked for ice cream as well, and it's been a while since I get them ice cream. So we got them some cookie dough ice cream. The goat cheese is for Sunday for dinner. I do like a charcuterie board type thing where I just lay out a bunch of charcuterie board type ingredients out on the counter and I let the kids pick and choose. So these are a nice little treat. They will last us the whole month because when I do a serving, I just do like a little like 1/4 inch sliver of each flavor that they want. These were on sale this week and my husband really likes these snacking cheeses for taking in his truck. So he got a habanero jack and a Gouda. And then string cheese is one of the things that I will have my kids pick if they are still hungry after a meal. Then I tell them meat stick, cheese stick, spoonful of peanut butter, or hard-boiled egg. And so that gets them a protein-fat combo that fills them up then. 2 things of sour cream for, tacos and whatnot. My husband likes the Too Good yogurt, and they had 3 different flavors this time, so he went ahead and stocked up. So they had vanilla and strawberry and black cherry. So he went ahead and got, 3, 6, 9, 12 of them. And that will last him for sure for the whole month because he usually takes like 3 a week when he's gone. 2 things of cottage cheese as side dishes, and then a lot of times that gets brought out on if we're having leftovers and I need a little bit more of something to bulk up the leftovers, I'll put that out. Milk, and then this is a whole lot of cheese. There are 6 mozzarella, and 6 sharp cheddar, which I use for casseroles and pizza. There are 6 Colby Jack, which are for snacky lunches, and then I think there's 2 pepper jack in there that are for lunches as well. Instead of buying sliced cheese because it's more expensive per ounce, I buy that. I don't buy shredded cheese. I shred all of our cheese, so it's generally cheaper by ounce to do it that way. Plus, there's no fillers in it that they add in for anti-caking, but that also adds carbs to it. So all right, that is round 1. I'm going to get all this cold stuff put away, and then I'll be back with the next round. And a ridiculous amount of fresh produce, because I love me some vegetables. All right, there are 3 things of broccoli, 2 heads of cauliflower. Part of this will be used to do, if I do the shepherd's pie or cottage pie. I know there's a difference. Shepherd's pie is lamb. Cottage pie is beef, so it would be cottage pie in our case. I will use one of those to make mashed cauliflower for the top of it. Radishes, I want to do something, I'm going to do that beef roast, and those will be our potato alternative for my husband and I. Some mini cucumbers. They had the full-size cucumbers, which were way cheaper, but they were squishy like they had been frozen, so I knew they were not going to keep. So I went ahead and splurged on just a few of those. Some asparagus, 2 heads of cabbage. One is for the cabbage roll in a bowl, and the other one I'm going to start a batch of sauerkraut because we are out. Onions, 2 things of zucchini, baby carrots for snacky lunches, and then whole carrots for whatever else I come up with. Some lettuce. 3 things of grape tomatoes, and then a thing of mini peppers. I am so ready for my garden. I have mini peppers started, and I need to get tomatoes started. I may end up saving seeds out of those because I can't find tomato seeds, the kind that I want. A thing of strawberries, a thing of grapes, a thing of peaches, Granny Smith apples, and Gala apples. We only eat fruit for breakfast. We don't eat fruit the rest of the day. So my kids always have for breakfast some kind of protein, some kind of fruit, and some kind of grain is my goal for breakfasts. And a lot of times they're making their own breakfasts. I obviously help the little guys. And then there are 5 bunches of bananas. Probably only one of those, maybe 1.5, are going to get left out for fresh eating. The rest will get, I will peel them, break them in half, freeze them on a cookie sheet, and then put them in a Ziploc bag for smoothies. So, all right, that is all of the fresh produce. Once again, I'm going to run around like a chicken with my head cut off and put all of that away, and then I'll be back with the small little bit that's left of the shelf-stable stuff. Okay, last round is the shelf-stable things, and this is the things that we pick the least amount up of, and there's a reason for that. This is the things that we usually end up getting from the food pantry. We get a lot of snacky-type things, a lot of chips, a lot of granola bars, shelf-stable things like canned fruits and canned vegetables, breads, those kind of things. So those are the things that you don't see that you would normally see in a grocery haul, because those are the things that our food bank is so graciously providing to us. So we have a bag of pork rinds, which is my husband and I's chip alternative, and I picked up the worst one because they're half crushed, so I may end up using those as breading instead. 3 things of the snack sticks, some for my husband to take in the truck, and then, like I said, this is one of the things that I tell my kids to grab when they're still just a little bit hungry and need just that little bit of something else. We have some protein powder. My kids use this for smoothies. In the past, I've always just gotten the chocolate, but we got that pineapple earlier this month, and I froze some of it to make into smoothies, and then I was like, okay, but chocolate and pineapple don't really sound good. So I thought we would do the strawberries, the frozen pineapple, and the vanilla would taste good together. This is for the 2 nights of having the cabbage roll in a bowl and the Chinese food. So these are 2 of the Asian style sauces that they have. The sweet and sour is my kids' favorite, and my husband and I like Bang Bang. These are not low carb. They are 3 carbs, for 1 tablespoon. So it's one of those where we use a tablespoon or two. The Bang Bang is spicy, so 1 tablespoon is usually enough. So if you are low carb, watch for that, especially if you're like keto low. Those probably will not fit into your macros. Raisins are for the snacky dinner nights. Onion powder, because we need it. This was a special request from my 5-year-old, and he was like, please, 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 Mama. So I just had to. He loves dill pickles, and he loves the whole pickles. I canned a bunch of pickle spears and chunks last summer, so I guess I need to try doing some whole ones. Summer sausage is for that snacky dinner charcuterie board thing on Sunday nights, and that will last the whole month. This is a special treat for my husband and I. It is not super low carb. Let's see here. 7 grams for, there's 2.5 servings per bag. This bag will last me way longer than 2.5 servings. I usually just eat a couple of pieces with maybe some cheese and like some pork rinds or something like that for a snack. A bottle of dish detergent. I hand wash all of our dishes by hand, so that's useful. Special request from the 8-year-old, and he is paying me back for this. Some bubble mint gum. I always have the mint gum. He wants the bubble flavored gum. A thing of mint tea, because I've got some kids that really like having a cup of tea in the morning. A thing of avocado oil, which is kind of my oil of choice when I am cooking to like grease the pan with. 2 things of Parmesan cheese, and I kind of just randomly picked up one of the Parmesan Romano. I don't know what the difference is. And then 2 things of Dijon mustard. The reason I have 2 is because I usually try to keep one of these in the cabinet at all time, plus the one that I keep in the refrigerator. And the same goes for things like mustard, ketchup, barbecue sauce. I try to keep 1 in the cabinet and 1 in the refrigerator. Because when you only go to the grocery store once every 3 to 4 weeks, if this is like down to here at the beginning of the month and you don't realize it and you run out, then you have a whole month where you're not having it. And my husband loves this stuff. So, yeah, it gets used. So, this is the receipt. I will slow roll past it so you guys can see the prices on each item, especially if you are somewhere that doesn't have an Aldi, or if you haven't ever been to Aldi. Maybe you can compare these to your Walmart or your Kroger or whatever. Generally, everything that I have seen, Aldi is one of the cheapest places to go. Sometimes there are things that are on sale at other grocery stores, but I don't have time to go from grocery store to grocery store, y'all, nor the energy. So, our total for this trip was $389.15. Like I said, that will be for sure about 3 weeks worth. Hopefully we can push it to 4 weeks. If not, we have been averaging somewhere between $500 and $600 a month for groceries, even with the food pantry. Before the food pantry, that's how much we were spending like 2 years ago. But with inflation as it is, and dietary changes on my part where I can't eat the filler things, those wonderful cheap things like rice and potatoes, I can't do those anymore. So, but we're doing the best we can with what we've got. So that is everything. I am probably going to leave this on the counter and go do something else because I don't feel like putting the rest of it away. But I also need to go out to the library again. Our library is luckily just like 5 minutes down the road. But yeah, we went everywhere today. We went to chiropractor and we went to my doctor. And y'all, I got a really good report. I am still wanting to film my health update thing and kind of go over how I was treated, but I'm trying to be really careful about how to do that because I don't want to give out medical information or I can get into trouble for that. So, like recommendations. So I'm trying to figure out how to word that best, but I also thought it would be neat to kind of get through my health journey and then kind of give you guys an update on what that looked like. So thankfully I am well on my way back to normal. My stomach is still not. I'm just avoiding the things that cause me stomach trouble, and if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Hopefully I can have lettuce again soon because, y'all, I miss me some salad. So, all right, that is all of it. I thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I know this is a long one, But I don't know why. I like watching grocery hauls from other people, especially large families or people that have like dietary restrictions. I love watching those people on a tight budget. It's always fascinating to me to see what people choose to spend their money on groceries. So it is something that's important to us to try to feed our family as well as we can, because my health alone will tell you that it's so important. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.